We have 3 of the most popular 7mm long action cartridges competing on 4 different targets. Problem is, evil infected deer have overpopulated the earth, and there is no signs of slowing down. You have been tasked with thinning out the herd, but the problem is, the ones you can see are hiding behind pine trees. So there's no time to waste. We need to figure out which one of these cartridges is best at getting through pine trees. Or at least pressure-treated pine trees, onto the 280. Sorry if there's any wind noise, guys. It's pretty windy out here. But anyway, after that little mishap, we still ended up with 2 pretty good shots. Let's turn it around. Ooh, those opened up quite a bit. I guess that's the purpose of those ELDX ones, huh? Anyway, here we go. Ooh, you hit the deer right by the ass, and you might have blown off his foot down there. Man, that is some tough competition right there. And I mean, I'm not redrawing the deer. 7mm Rem Mag's up next. What exactly ooh, if you ever wanted to see what the wound channel looks like, I guess there it is right there. One of those is the 280 and then one's the 7mm Rem Mag, I guess. And what happened here? Oh, I guess that's why it was so eventful. I was thinking, you know, this is getting a little close to this post over here for how much the rifle does not like this ammo, but anyway, that went to bite me in the ass. See, this was the Rem Mag and then this was the PRC. Pretty big difference there. Anyway, we got one good shot and it landed right in line with the 280, so let's see what happened. Oh, another good dent right there, and it looks like you may have clipped the breast of the deer, and you also blinded him and stuff. Anyway, guys, these look pretty freaking close. We'll have to measure those later. Well, unless the PRC goes straight through. But anyway, I think we should probably get a new block. What was your first clue, huh? Terry, I'm not dealing with the peanut gallery today. That leaves a 7 PRC, and guys, let me know, is it your favorite out of the 3? I don't know if I'm 100% convinced yet. Alrighty, we got 2 pretty decent shots, and I aimed a little bit to the right. I didn't know which way the steel shifted, but anyway, let's check out the... Oh my gosh, did those open up more than the other bullets? And these were FMJs from another test, but anyway, man, those are giant holes. What do we have here? I think it might be a heart shot. Can't really tell on this deer anymore. Or maybe you just blew off the front legs. Anyway, here is the second one down here, and guys, I mean, it's definitely a larger crater, but I don't know if it's any deeper than the other ones. So it's time to micro grind. These were the deepest points I could find, and the 7 PRC definitely shined above. You're really not making a lot of progress getting them through the pine trees. I mean, it's just way too slow a process, so to make a bigger impact, you decide to go for their water source. 1 gallon at a time! But you have to make sure nothing is left in the jug, so we better figure out which cartridge is best at destroying it. And if for whatever reason we can't tell the winner on the slow-mo with the water jug, it will go to sudden death with what they do on the steel. And Terry, buddy, I can see you didn't bring your shirt today, so I'll just go ahead and move you up here. Oh my gosh, you're heavier than you look. I think it said somewhere between 50 to 60 pounds on the website. He's a chunky piece of ballistic gel. Well, I'd say you were pretty effective at getting rid of their water source here. Anyway, let's check out the steel. I mean, that was back where my camera was, and that's probably a good 5 yards away. Anyway, let's check out the steel. Oh man, it left a pretty good dent on the steel. Almost as good, I believe, as the lumber over here. But anyway, we'll have to check that out if it goes to sudden death. If is the key word, because it's Rem Mag time. Oh, and before we check out the results, I'd really appreciate if you liked and subscribed. And thank you to those who have. First thing I like to do is check out the camera, and oh man, there is water all over that. Things aren't looking good for the 280, but let's check out the oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it is hanging on by a sliver there. Well, I'd say that was pretty effective at getting rid of their water source. I mean, I think this is all in one piece still, but anyway, the steel is what we want to look at here. there, and I believe it is that one right there. That was pretty freaking close. Luckily I moved it over a little bit, but we better move it over a little bit more because it's PRC time. And if there's one thing we in the firearms community understand, it's that we cannot rely on the government for protection, not with our lives and not with our wealth. With the upcoming election and the possibility of your money switching to a new digital dollar, don't let your life savings become a casualty of failing banks or currency wars. Now's the time to call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They'll show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your wealth portfolio with physical gold and silver. With the finest products, amazing customer service, and a buyback commitment, American Hartford Gold has a 5-star rating with thousands of reviews, as well as an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Make sure to tell them I sent you, and they'll give you up to $15,000 of free silver on your first order. So call them now. Click the link in the description or call 866-708-2117. That's 866-708-2117, or text BANANA to 65532. Again, that's 866-708-2117, or text BANANA to 65532. And now, back to the destruction. Well, I guess we should see if anything got on the camera here, and I don't really see anything, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. We'll have to review the slow-mo footage later. Anyway, let's check out the jug. Ooh, oh man, it split it. Probably equally, well, maybe not quite as good as a 7mm Rem Mag, but pretty freaking close if it's not. Anyway, I made the steel jump down here. I saw that for sure, and here is the divot, or well, the crater that it left in the steel. I don't know, guys, it looks pretty freaking close to the 7mm Rem Mag, and the 280's not too far behind. This calls for a sudden death mini grind. Here are the deepest points, and again, the 7PRC came out ahead. Too bad you didn't have a t-shirt today, huh, buddy? I mean, you are all wet. You did a great job getting rid of their water source in the country. The problem is they figured out that there's more water in the city. Luckily, you were already headed that way, but wait. Where'd they go? Oh my gosh, they found concrete. Guys, we better figure out which one of these cartridges is best at getting through concrete, quick. And apologies in advance, but this steel is just way too wet to draw another deer. Not like I even remember how to draw it in the first place. I don't have a reference anymore, but anyway, 280 time. Yeah, I think it's pretty fair to say that I am not getting that one back together. I mean, it is in a million little parts, and I'm really glad I didn't draw the deer, because it doesn't look like it would have lasted too long. Anyway, what happened to the steel? I don't see anything at all. Actually, I see a very, very micro dent right there. Micro dent. Damn it. We'll just put the wing in second. Looking good. Have I told you that I'm glad I didn't draw that deer? Let's just say I'm really glad. Anyway, it shattered it into a million different pieces, just like the 280. Let's see if there was any more damage on the steel, though. I don't think I'm seeing anything really in the middle of this. My gosh, guys, these ELDX bullets. I mean, obviously they're not meant for concrete, but they are definitely not getting to the steel. Can the PRC do any better than that? I have no idea, but let's find out. And before we check out the results, guys, I got to give a huge thanks to Horizon for making this absolutely beautiful 7PRC possible for testing. In case you don't know who they are, they make some of the most unique and just flat out badass bolt actions I have ever seen. I mean, just take a look at this insane fluting on this Vandal Prime here. Maybe not quite as small a pieces as the other two cartridges, but oh man, nice shiny spot right there. I guess it left a very distinct dent right there. Well, not dent, a crater. Man, seems to be a clear win for the PRC. Yeah, you really weren't too hot getting the deer through concrete, but the good thing is, there's no more concrete. Bad thing is, these evil infected deer found steel, specifically mild steel. So in order to stop their spread, we need to figure out which one of these cartridges is best at getting through mild steel and how much it can get through as well. So Unisled, I know you want to stay here, but you got to let the other sleds have a turn. Now get out of the way. Alrighty. Don't worry, Steel Sled 4.2, the coast is clear. Alright, we are looking good. And I think since these are magnums, well, other than the 280, we should probably start with a 3/8 inch piece of mild steel. Never can have a good paint job. Alright, it was a bad paint job anyway, but I think we are good to go. Well, we probably could have guessed that it was going to go straight through, but let's pull out the pinky and see what... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That might be the best fitting pinky in the hole I have ever had on 3/8 of an inch. With that small of a diameter of a bullet anyway. And I think this might be the wad... Oh, fuck! Holy shit, that is hot. That is definitely the wad that it punched out. I don't know if that's a good sign for the next level up, or next thickness of steel anyway, but on to the 7mm Rem Mag. I mean, if the 280 can do it, obviously the 7mm Rem Mag can. And that almost appears to be identical other than the copper or whatever it left behind. But let's pull our pinky out. And oh man, that might be equally as good as a 280. And, oh, I think I see our steel wad down there too. Oh fuck, I'm not touching it this time. Just gotta place one more right in line, right down the middle. You think I can do it? Watch me just clip one of the other ones. Right down the middle, and we already know it went through. Let's check out the, oh man, I just slipped right in there. That is probably even better than the other two. I think the 7mm Rem Mag wad is ready to go. Still a little warm, but definitely slammed into that freaking steel behind it. Way more than the 280 for sure. And I saw something pretty interesting down here. I think this is actually, well, actually, okay, yeah, this is the copper jacket, I believe from the 7 PRC after it went through this steel. Doesn't seem like you'll have a deer problem if they're only hiding behind 3/8 of an inch of mild steel, but these are magnums. Well, other than the 280. Let's get this 3/8 inch trash out of here and move on to a 1/2 inch piece of mild steel. Why did I even pick it up? There we go. Let's see if we can get some evil infected deer hiding behind a 1/2 inch piece of mild steel. Oh man, that is exactly what I was worried about. Definitely did not go through. Let's do a pinky nub. Oh yeah. Well, at least the pinky nub's good because I can just kind of get all around in there. But it definitely did not go through. I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll put one in the middle of the plate to start. What was I thinking? Oh my gosh, somehow the 7mm Rem Mag didn't go through, and I don't know if it's any deeper than the 280. I mean, the only thing that looks different is a little bit of copper that it left behind. I think that's copper anyway, but oh yes, room just like the 280. And before we carry on, I want to give a big thanks to Midway USA for all the support they've given this channel. Guys, you already know they have been the longest supporters of this channel, even with all the craziness going on, so I really appreciate it. And if you like what I do here, I really think you'll like Midway USA. And I can't forget to thank MDT for making this ACC Elite chassis possible for testing, as well as Warren for making several of these optic mounts possible as well. And then there was the PRC, our last hope to get to the evil deer hiding behind 1/2 inch mild steel. Can it do it? No, it cannot. I heard stuff hitting around me everywhere. And honestly, guys, it doesn't look any different than the other two. I mean, pinky, we'll do the pinky real quick. Oh, yes. Basically the same, the exact same as the other two. I don't know what is going on here, but I think we're going to need to head back to the bench to figure this one out. Finally, my favorite part, it's time to grind. For real this time. Here's the deepest measurements, and surprisingly, the 7mm Rem Mag came out ahead by a good margin, which shocked me because the 7 PRC won every other round. So that has me wondering, how fast were these bullets going? You should have used a 280 AI. And remember, don't let ballistics drive you bananas.